Hey guys, ClickFlowWoo here, and today I'm going to bring you an off-meta build for the Division 2. If you're a healer at heart, if you enjoy skill builds at heart, this is the build that you will enjoy using in challenging content for the Division 2 PVE. PvP, I have not tested it yet, but PvP skill builds are not a thing, in all honesty. They don't work. Skill builds in general need a buff. So if anyone from Massive does watch this video, please buff up skill power, buff up skill builds, because something that is desperately needed for the Division 2. Anyways, back to this video. Now, with skill builds in the current meta, again, the lower tier aspect of the game, and that's because to defeat an opponent, whether it be in PvE and PvP, then DPS is king. DPS is the meta, and to beat a fellow agent, you will need to out DPS them, which, again, for a shooter, yeah, I get that logic, and that's a great logic, and that's the way it should work. However, this is an RPG game, simple as that. RPG game with shooting elements. So again, throughout the lifespan of the original Division, there was a decent amount of RPG elements, and it's taken up a notch in Division 2. And what frustrates me personally is that the skill variants in the game, they have been nerfed to a point where they are very, very weak, especially in PvP. They're very, very weak. And if anyone played Division 1 here, you think of Sticky Bomb builds and Seeker Mine builds that were exceptionally strong in patches throughout the lifespan of the game. Current meta Division 2, the first 4 or 5 weeks of release, we've not seen anything skill build wise that is viable. Now today, I want to bring you a healer build. Take a look at this. This is ongoing directive 6-piece. Let's take a look. Okay guys, so I'm running with 6-piece ongoing directive. This particular gear set is something that I was keen to work with. I was keen to get the full 6-piece. I had to farm a little bit in PvE to get the pieces I needed to deliver this to you guys today. This, in all honesty, is a really strong healing build with some great status effect elements that not only help you, that immensely help your team. So this is a very, very strong build, and you've seen in the footage, you can spam those heals like no tomorrow. And this is a really good support build. But we'll go through on ongoing directive if you don't know what the gear set offers. Now, bonus set 2 is you need 2 pieces of ongoing directive to unlock this bonus. So you get 20% weapon handling. That makes sure your stability, your accuracy on your weapon is fine-tuned, and it's 20% better. So it's a decent combination of both. And weapon handling, in my opinion, has a greater stat bearing than stability and accuracy. Then set bonus 3 is 25% burn damage. Now that is really good for your flame turret or your chem launcher fire starter. So you go one way or another, in all honesty. I have gone down the flame turret route, but we'll go down Y very shortly. But you get 25% burn damage. And then set bonus 4 is 25% bleed damage, which will work very well with the oxidizer chem launcher skill variant. But I'm not using that, and I'll go through why very shortly. Now, set bonus 5 is emergency requisition. Combat resources, that's armor kits, ammo, grenades within 40 meters of you are automatically collected. This occurs every 30 seconds. Again, if you see any ammo, grenade, if you're running low, you will acquire anything within 40 meters every 30 seconds. It's a decent 5-piece bonus. It's decent at best. Now, set bonus 6 is the right tool. Kill an enemy with a weapon grants some special ammo. Incendiary, explosive, shock to one of your other weapons. So the way you would utilize this particular talent is you kill an enemy with your primary weapon. You'll be granted X amount of ammo, which would be one of the 3 variants, incendiary, explosive, or shock, and then you'll again switch to your secondary to apply this or these status effects, and it works very, very well. It's not an amazing 6-piece talent, but it's good to have in PvE because, again, it creates status effects. It creates chaos among the NPCs. So this is a really good talent to have for PVE. Now, we'll go through the pieces and I'll explain how I got them rolled and why I've got them rolled. Now, we'll start with the mask. The mask is, again, 500 gear score. The attributes, skill power is the major. This build is a skill power build. If you just quickly look to the left, if you look at the tree, it's telling me now I've got 4 damage pieces, I've got 4 armor pieces, and 16 skill power pieces. And again, this is, I feel, the most optimal way to run this build is to spec into skill power. Now, major attribute, skill power 183. The damage boost is a 6% critical hit chance. And the utility protocol mod is 64 skill power with increased bleed duration and increased confused duration. Okay. If we go through the chest piece. Now the chest piece, it is skill power, critical hit chance, and grenade damage. Okay. We'll go for the mods. The mods are skill power, more grenade damage, increased kill XP, skill power, drone skill power, and chem launcher skill power. Now the drone skill power is a bit of a wasted stat, but chem launcher skill power is very handy on this build. The defensive system mod slot is bonus armor and 3.5% total armor, and this pushes me above 200k armor, which is needed for this build because you are a tad squishy, so as much armor you can stack, the better and stronger your agent will be. And you take a look at the holster. The holster is skill power again, with critical hit chance again. Again, so I do want to do a little bit of damage on this build. Now the mod slots, they are skill power with turret skill power, which is good because I've got a flame turret, so that's going to help. Drone skill power, again, that doesn't do a lot for me. However, it is what it is. And the second one is skill power and explosives damage, which is needed, which I'll go through in a little bit to explain why I've got explosive damage on there. The knee pads, cooldown reduction. So I want to get my skills back quicker. The turret and the chem launcher. Skill power, increased burn duration, which is handy for my flame turret, and increased disrupt duration as well. And the offensive mod slot is weapon damage, SMG damage, which I don't need that at all because I'm rolling with a rifle as my secondary. But this one, assault rifle, critically damaged because there's a little bit of a critic chance on this build. Go for the gloves. Gloves are skill power and health. I am squishy, so any health is needed at this point. Skill power and headshot kill XP. So you're going to get that 4.5% increase with this particular mod. And the backpack is skill power. So I've modified this. Bonus armor. Again, it's needed to make sure that I can last longer and stay within the fight and continue to heal my agents. And then 25% blind death resistance, which is decent. And again, the mods, we're looking at skill power, firefly skill power, turret skill power, which is needed. That can boost my ability to have stronger mods. And the second one is skill power, more burn damage and increased shock duration. Okay, you've seen it, I believe on this one, explosive damage 2.5%, which comes in handy. With this particular one here, you can see I've got 12% grenade damage. And then as the mod, I've got 2% grenade damage. There's 14% grenade damage. I've got 2.5% explosives damage. That's about 16.5% explosives damage from this. So make sure you use your grenades because they create a status effect as well in terms of the burn. So then we've got burn duration is going to go on there as well. And then burn damage as well when you have 25%. So it all marries and synergizes very, very well together. So this is a decent skill power boost to have on any build. This one especially. Now, if we go through the weapons, then we'll go through the specialization. Now, the weapons, I'm rolling with an AUG A3 CQC. This is an underused assault rifle in the game. I tested this. It's decent assault rifle. It's pretty good for PVE. I've had a little bit in PvP. It's not too bad. Not one of the higher end ones, but I'm choosing this because I like the way this rolls. I like the decent RPM and decent stability. And the talents work very, very well. Ignited. deal plus 20% weapon damage to burning enemies. You're rolling with the flame turrets, yes, you're going to get this 20% free weapon damage, which is nice. Allegro, which is 10% rate of fire, which is always handy on any build. And this one, which is very, very useful for me and my playstyle on this build, Protected Deploy. While equipped, this weapon grants plus 10% bonus while deploying a skill. Now you've got to think, I'm going to be spamming heals. I've got my flame turret that's going to be out, so I'm going to get that 10% bonus armor that gets me around about 220,000 armor. Given you are squishy with this build, so this is going to give you that extra 10% bonus. So why wouldn't you? This is a very good passive talent to have on the build, and this is something I really enjoy rolling with. It makes me stronger, makes me stay alive longer. So this is a really good talent to have on this ongoing directive gear set. So this is really, really good. In terms of mods, again, it's accuracy, round, stability, and damage to elites. No critic jams, nothing like that. I just want to make sure I'm hitting my targets as often as possible. Secondary is the SIG 716. Eyeless, deal plus 20% damage to blinded enemies. Again, because of the variation of the rounds that I receive, it's decent to have that plus 20% weapon damage as well to blinded enemies. That's a decent talent to have. Accuracy, I want to hit as many bullets as possible. And then, well equipped, resting in cover for 3 seconds removes any blind or disorient state effects. And you will get that, as we know, in PVE content. Now, the mods, accuracy, headshot damage, critic chance, and stability. Okay, we'll go through the skills, then we'll go for the specialization I've chosen. Now, the skills, the first skill is the incinerator turret. Incinerator turret is manually controlled by deploying the deploying agent to dispense flame in a forward-facing cone. Now, there's the controls. I'm not going to break that down for you. It's quite self-explanatory. Cooldown 106.8 seconds. The key is you want to get rid of this. You want to dismantle it around about 5 to 10 seconds to go, because that will cut in half your cooldown time. So 106 seconds, you can cut this down to 53 seconds. So guys, word of advice, 5 to 10 seconds left. Make sure you're holding LB or wherever the control method is on PS4 and PC, and that will then dismantle it and give you half the cooldown time. Again, around 53 seconds. So that's a handy tip to use. Damage is 9440, a health of 344,487, and the range is 15 meters. Now, in terms of the mods I've chosen for this set is damage. I want to do more damage. That'll give me an extra 20%, which is nice. That puts me up again to that 9440, just shy of 10k damage per tick. And then there's the on the housing slot, I've gone for health because I want this to stay on for longer. So I want to be a bit of a tankier turret, and then 94.2% health on the targeting slot. So I'm getting that extra kick of health to get me to that 344,487. You can go for duration, which is decent, but the tankier your turret is, the longer it is standing. So duration, yeah, is fine. However, NPCs will target it and take it down quite quickly. So health is the better stat, in my opinion, if you're not going to go for damage on these particular slots. So health is the go-to choice, in my opinion. Chem Launcher, the Reinforcer, the healing. And this build is a crazy healer build. And it is not perfect, which is the really good thing about it. Now, Reinforcer canister disperses a cloud of gas that repairs and reinforces armor of anyone inside the cloud. Okay, so you'd equip it by tapping your RB, and then self-heal, you double tap it, or you can, again, like this, your sticky bomb, aim and shoot. Now, I have got 11 ready to go. Cooldown of 17.7 seconds, the radius is 2 meters, duration is 5 seconds, and the armor repair is 50,533. Now, in terms of the mods, I've gone for these two, which is ammo and ammo. Ammo plus 5 and ammo plus 3. Me being the douche that I am, I did have an ammo plus 5, which I dismantled by mistake. I'm such an idiot sometimes, yeah, so I dismantled it. So I could have 13. You get 13 on this, which is insane. It's really good. So you're just consistently spamming heals to let the DPS guys do some serious damage. So guys, this is top top tier. It really is. I mean, you could spec into radius, and we'll take a look now. Now, you could go, if you don't want the extra ammo, you could go for, if you're going for the right foam, getting snare health, you could go for cooldown reduction, which is okay, snare health again. I got 2 ammo, cooldown reduction, duration, or the extra heals, that's 3,500, is, to be honest, is nothing in the whole grand scheme of things. You would want the extra ammo. That is the go-to choice, in my opinion, is get the ammo, because you can just spam them like no tomorrow, and that is the way you want to roll. Now, the second one again is just say if it's not the 3 you wanted, you've got duration, you've got a radius or cooldown reduction, or a nice sexy heal there of 41%, which is really good. However, you don't want that. You want plus ammo. That's it, simple. As I said, you can get 5 in each slot, which will get you 13, which is really nice. Unfortunately, I dismantled the one I had for 5 by mistake, so I got plus 3. So I've got 11 on the go, which is really good, and that's what you want on this build, is you want to spam those heals to keep your team alive. This is an awesome healer build with so many status effects applied. Burn, blind, disrupt. It's insane. It's that good. It's how you play with this particular style. You cannot be running and gunning. That's not this, because there's not much damage on the build. It's all about spamming the heals to your teammates and dropping your turret. You will deal more damage when that turret's down as well. And you take an enemy out, switch to your secondary, then you have special rounds on your secondary weapon. Simple as that, and it works. Now, in terms of skill power, just a bit of a heads up, because people say I want to spec 3,500, 4,000 skill power. That's what the aim is. That's what I'm going to build. It is very, very silly to do that. What you want to aim for is around about 2,500. That is, in my opinion, the optimal range of skill power, because you unlock most of your mods around that skill power variant. You don't want to lose more critic chance or more armor. You want something on the build. You want some survivability. And it's not like the Division 1 where you can spec everything into a tactician build and you can be alive forever, given your insane heals or support station. It doesn't work like that in the Division 2. You need some survivability, and to do that, 200k armor is a minimum for me. Health is what it is, and skill power 2,500 is the magic number, in my opinion. That's what you want to be aiming for. The more you go over that, the less you're losing, in all honesty. That's the way I see it. Now, specialization, there's only one to choose, guys. There's only one, and that's the survivalist. Why? Is because of the procs, the perks on this awesome specialization. Okay, so you've got the crossbow. Awesome, it's great. Again, burn-in, that's more damage there. So it's again, you can see where I'm going with this now, guys. There's so many options with this build. They all stack very, very nicely and synergize perfectly. So you've got your crossbow. Ace, that's burn damage. Incendiary grenade applies burn to targets in the radius. Again, burn damage. You've got 15% increased outgoing healing. You've got a really, really strong chem launcher, reinforcing mod slot. That's just spamming heals. 15% increased outgoing healing. That's, again, silly. 15% increased protection from elites. That makes you very tanky in itself. Your armor kits that now repair for 5 seconds. Also apply to group members within 10 meters. You're constantly healing, guys. You know, if you're waiting for this cooldown of your chem launcher, just pop an armor kit. You are going to help your team. So again, it's really, really good. You could go down the C command route. I've chosen not to. You've got these also really good talents to have on this specialization. Group members get 10% bonus damage to targets with status effects. Again, it's ongoing directive. Survivor specialization. It's perfect. It's the perfect setup, in my opinion, to maximize this gear set and this build. You're gonna get that 10% bonus damage to targets within this status effects. You've got incinerator. You're gonna get shock rounds, incendiary rounds, because of taking enemies down. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. It is a no-brainer, guys. It is definitely roll with this specialization on this build. Okay, not bothered about conflict. Gain 5 ammo per second for your current weapon. Cover to cover, yeah, it is what it is. And then, while in cover, gain 10% skill cooldown reduction. Again, silly. So that, in terms of your flame turrets getting back even quicker. You've got the 15% increased assault rifle damage. Enemies killed while under status effects may drop crossbow bolts. Again, it is really good. And again, this one, to finish up, the group has a chance to gain 1 signature weapon ammo where the target with a status effect is killed. And that's what you'll be doing, is dealing so many status effects, giving out so much healing and buffing your teammates. Why would you not use this build if you enjoy being the support player? Now, if you're a DPS guy, then guys, I would not recommend this build for you, because you guys are run and gun, and that's what I enjoy doing, in all honesty. But I enjoy mixing things up, and this, if you want to be that guy that's healing and buffing your team, this is the way I would build Ongoing Directive. And this build is really OP for healing and status effects and burning enemies. It is that good. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's a bit longer than usual, but I wanted to go into great detail in how important the Ongoing Directive gear set is, because I have read many times and I've seen these gear sets are trash, and for me these are misinformed comments and opinions, because you've not synergized and you've not looked at the gear set in its entirety and how this particular build can boost and benefit your team in PvE content. Missions from hard, the challenging to heroic, you'll be buffing your teammates, and then bounties, you're consistently buffing your teammates. Again, it's a no-brainer. PvP, it's not the ideal build. I'm going to give this more time in PvP and see how it does work. However, I don't feel it's got the oomph that's needed in PvP. It's in not a great place, in all honesty. But PvE is fantastic. It is that good. So guys, extended video. Sorry to keep you. Hope you enjoy the popcorn. And if you enjoy this video, please drop a like. It helps me and the channel immensely. And if you want to see more Division 2 content, smash the sub button. Okay guys, see you in the next one. Take it easy.